Hey guys, JMMREVIEW here and welcome to this impressions video of 7 Days to Die. This video is really for anyone that's on the fence, like thinking about getting this game but they're not sure. I plan on playing this quite a lot and I plan on putting a bit of time into it, and I mean I eventually will probably review it, but by that stage it's probably going to be a couple of months down the line whenever I've had played a lot of hours on it. So I thought it would be a good idea to do like a quick impressions and kind of show you what the game's like, and probably do like a little base tour as well, just to show you what I've been up to. I've only played this for a couple of days, so I just want to show you my impressions so far, and I will do a little base tour. This is the first world that I've really spent time on, and I've been kind of just finding my feet more than anything, but straight away you basically use a ready-made building because you don't have the resources to just start a base. So this is just like a random house I found, and it had a forge inside already, which was really good because it meant I could forge some material like steel and stuff like that. So yeah, that was pretty handy. I found this place, and it's I'll show you on the map actually. It's right by a river as well, so it's kind of important to try and have like a water source. And yeah, I'll probably go into a little bit more detail on the map and stuff like that in a full review, but this is just impressions. So first thing you do whenever you come to a building is, of course, you block up your entryways and stuff, and to do that you just drop a wooden frame and then just reinforce it a little bit. You can reinforce it with wood or scrap metal and stuff as well. So you pretty much just block off the entry points. The next thing I do in houses is destroy the staircase, because that's like a classic, there used to be a staircase just running up here, and it's like classic survival, zombie survival guide tip right there, is just to block your stairs so that the zombies, if they do get in, there's another obstacle there, but I was actually really surprised at how relentless the zombies are in this game. They literally tunnel under my house. When I thought, I blocked off the doorway and stuff, and I thought, okay, I'm pretty safe, but they will just like burrow into your house like underground, and the same with your bases and stuff like that, so you have to be careful about that. But your first few nights you're not going to get a horde or a big wave of zombies, so you should be safe enough for the first while just to find your feet. But I did actually have a small horde, and what I did was I kind of barricaded myself in here, and this is my little, I just put up a wall and kind of just literally cowered in the corner and hoped that they would leave me alone. But I had a backup plan actually in this house where I knew the zombies can't jump very well, so I've made this little jumping part here, which worst came to worst, this would take me up onto my roof, and this was my escape route basically. And then I kind of tunneled under the roof and destroyed this top part, and then I could kind of look down and see how my wall was doing stuff. Oh, but I'll show you what happened like whenever the first horde did come. They just took out this entire section of wall in my base, and this was all walled off. They basically just walked up the back stairs. I did have like some defenses down here and blocked this off a bit, but it just didn't stop them from coming in. So they ruined that. A little lag there. So what I have done is I started to build my base out the back of here. Because my forge is in here, I wanted to keep my forge close by. So I started to build another base out the back of this house, and it would act as the house would be my kind of storage area and forge area. Over there is like where I started a little farm. Down there I've started planting some stuff, and I've even started planting some trees because I've pretty much deforested this whole area, collecting wood. This used to be filled with trees as far as you could see, but I've cut most of them down. I thought building by the water would be a good idea. Like I started building this little trench at the side and had that filled with spikes, and had this little wall. I thought, I'm pretty safe in this area, but the water doesn't slow the zombies down at all. They'll just walk right through the water, and I thought that was really cool because zombies wouldn't really need to breathe because they're dead, so I like that idea. But I thought it would be some added security, and it's really not. But the whole idea was that I would have a bit of a compound here, but this base here would be self-contained, and there's tunnels, there's a trench dug the whole way around it and stuff, so it was a place to fall back to basically while I was doing my forging and crafting and stuff like that. But what I will show you now is obviously when you have a self-contained building, you want to have some access points, ways to get into it. And one of my ideas for an access point was just using this like wooden frame, like building this little bridge so that I could get up to here on the roof, and if I had to I could run across, and I can run and jump. I've actually tested this. I can run and jump. I'll probably extend out a little bit more, but I could run and jump over to the roof of my stronghold. But what I was doing, let me just get back up here to illustrate, was I started to reinforce this, and I started to reinforce it with steel, and then the whole thing collapsed. And what that means is this game actually does have gravity, and you have to be really smart about your structures. You have to put support beams like I have here. I'm going to have support beams for this bridge when I build it. Okay guys, I can only apologize. This part of the recording is all crackly. This was recorded live, and I don't know what, it's maybe my equipment. I maybe have to buy better equipment, but it just went all crackly. I lost about a minute of recording. I'm basically only really talking about my stronghold here and about how I plan on supporting that bridge a bit more, and how with gravity the zombies can actually pretty much burrow under your base and collapse your base using gravity and stuff. Here I'm just showing you the entrance in, one of the entrances into my base, which is this little tunnel I've dug. I also use this tunnel for mining materials like lead and steel and stuff. Yeah, so this is me just showing the back entrance to the base. I like to have a couple of entrances and exits, and I'll probably expand on this bit here. Again, I can only apologise, I've lost this small part, but I'm going to get back in the audio pretty soon. There's no more glitches. After about a minute it gets a bit better. So here I give you the rest of the live narration. Little stronghold, it served me well so far. I mean, really what I'm using this for is experience. This is my first level, so I'm using it as practice, and I'm learning how to, oh, I've actually got a few zombies out here. My volume's turned down right now so I can't hear the zombies. But yeah, I've got a few. Whoa, actually, whoa, they're all coming. That's unusual. Usually, oh shit. The spider zombies can climb up a little bit. Well, Spike's really getting tested actually. I'm not even using a good weapon here. I have actually got a sniper rifle. I picked it up off a supply drop. The supply drops are really important to get because scavenging is pretty difficult. Because it's insane, like everything is a resource, your time is a resource, and you have to use it really wisely. And you have to forage all the time for stuff, and you don't really have time because it's like, it's so demanding to just put up a base. Like this base here has like failed so many times on me, and I've had to constantly remake it, and wow, there's a lot of zombies coming, and this isn't even like a critical day, I don't think. So the game, you may be wondering, the game's called 7 Days to Die, and the reason for that is that well, there's two reasons really. On the 7th day they'll give you a hard horde, like they'll give you quite a lot of zombies, like pretty much what I'm fighting right now, they'll give you on the 7th day. They're all piling up on me here. Whoa, she's getting really close. Get down. My spikes aren't really working very well. Yeah, so they'll give you like on the 7th day, like, and then on the 14th day and stuff like that, you'll get a big horde you'll have to defend against. And also, I'll bring my weapon. And also, if you get infected, you have 7 days to find a cure, or you die. So that's kind of why the game's called that. I wonder if I go over here, will I move over to my other spikes? I've got these little steel bars I can stand and look down and shoot down at and stuff. So, but yeah, stealing stuff is actually sort of difficult as well, because you need to mine for it, or find some rock that you can break up and stuff. So yeah, I mean, and it's just like you decide on what to do. Like, do I spend my time going and getting those resources? Do I spend my time getting food? It's just like, it's hard to know what to actually spend your time doing. So yeah, just that's a very quick tour of like what I've done so far. I intend to make a much bigger base, but and possibly make some videos and that and stuff. But by the time I do that, it's going to take me a lot of time to actually just make the base, and then make the videos and stuff. So I wanted to show you guys at first, and give you some impressions. First of all, one impression that I have is the console version is nowhere near as finished as I would have hoped. I thought this was going to be like a really polished game, and when I heard it was coming to consoles, I was like, yes, I'm really excited about this, because there's so many like zombie games and crafting games out there on the PC, that I just didn't really know which game to focus on. And whenever this came, I thought, well, this is good, because I know that they must have like a lot of confidence in it. The game must be really good and really quite finished and like out of its beta stage and stuff like that. But that's just not the case really at all. I mean, some people report a lot of bugs. I think they may have since patched some of those bugs. I'm going to jump down here while everyone's dead. The spikes actually did quite a good job there. And yeah, it's just nowhere near as finished as I would have liked it to have been. But at the same time, I am having fun at it. I am enjoying it. The more I learn about it, the more I appreciate it. And I like the crafting element to it. The only game I can compare this to is like the scavenging and stuff like that is the first State of Decay. And I mean, I'm hoping the second State of Decay will be much better than the first one, and possibly like even a lot better than this, of course. But I just don't know if it'll also have the crafting elements. Like, this is really good for its crafting. A lot of people's first impressions of this game would be that the graphics aren't very good, but you know, sort of, oh wow, I just got a handgun, nice, that's a really nice loot. That's the first. I've got a sniper rifle, like I said there. I literally just got it, but I haven't. This is the first handgun I've actually got. I'm gonna get rid of some rubbish here, sand and stuff, just to get that. I also want that food. Get rid of this here. No, I don't want that ugly old sandwich. I want the food. Yeah. So where was I? Yeah. So the graphics are ugly. I mean, that's going to put a lot of people off this. If you're on the fence about buying this, and you're like, you know what, the graphics aren't that good, I think you're missing the point if you look at this game and think about its graphics. It's a bit like looking at Minecraft and thinking that the graphics in Minecraft are bad and then not playing it because of that reason. Minecraft was successful because of its crafting ability and its creativity. Like, and this game has creativity. Like, it's really, you have to be, oh my goodness, look at all those shotgun shells. I don't have a shotgun currently, but wow, that's good. That's going to be really good for, get this ugly old sandwich out of my inventory. That's going to be really good for whenever I do get my shotgun. If that happens, I hope to get a shotgun. What else can I get rid of? Oh wow, look at all them steel arrows. And I've got like some iron arrows, but those steel arrows are going to come in really handy. What can I get rid of? I don't know what to get rid of. Yeah, it's really good to yeah, so like, yeah, you're missing the point. This is more about creativity and actually I mean, there may be other zombie games out there that have creativity. Oh nice, more shotgun and one more pistol ammo. But I just haven't played them. They're probably on the PC and stuff, and again, I probably should have bought this for the PC because the PC version is probably slightly more updated. There's probably more mods and stuff you can get for it. But I like to make top 10 zombie game videos for the Xbox One. I just like to do it for the console because there are lots of PC zombie games, but people might not realize how many there are on the console, so I like to focus on console ones. And I used to think that console games, there was a certain element of I don't know what you would call it, but like they would be more polished. If the game was going to be released on console, there would be like more confidence in it. Like the company that was putting out there would have a lot of faith in it. Like it's a real finished game, and that's why I thought this would be. But it's not. There are problems, but some slight bugs. I mean, I'm hoping they update them and stuff like that. But yeah, it's not hard for me to look past the graphics, and I think you have to do that when you're playing this. You have to look past them, and I mean, I grew up playing Commodore 64 games, so I can do that. I can not think about graphics when I play a game, and actually the more you play it, you actually start to forget the graphics and just start focusing on the task at hand and focusing on survival. Okay, I'm just going to plant some of these things. The bodies kind of stay behind, and they get in the way actually, and you have to destroy them and plant more spikes and stuff after each day. And yeah, again, this is just like constant maintenance of your base, and that slows you down as well. Oh, there's another corpse. Let's see if I can destroy these guys. So where were they? Yeah. The graphics don't bother me, and you do. I mean, I think you would anyway. Once you start playing it, you would sort of see past that and stuff. But that is mostly my opinions on it. Like so far, I will say that obviously don't let the graphics put you off. Don't. I guess it's a game that you kind of have to want to like, is what I would say. You have to want to put the time into it. I've always wanted a game where oh shit, I fell on spikes. I've always wanted a game where I can craft and kind of go into a building and block it up, and there'll be hordes of zombies and stuff. I mean, that kind of thing is every zombie fan's dream, I think. Anyways, like people have always wanted this kind of game. This game where, oh yeah, it's nighttime, so I'm just going to jump back at my base real quick. Let's see, ground hole. Yeah, people have always wanted a game where you just you kind of barricade off walls and stuff, and really it hasn't been made. I don't know what the perfect zombie game is. I don't think the perfect zombie game has been made, but I know that when it is made, it'll have a lot of the elements that this game has, and that's part of the reason why I like it. Another reason why I'm liking it, and I keep coming back to it, and I don't want to put it down. I mean, I have been kind of addicted to it at the times I have played it, and it's that I think that this may be a return to survival horror. Like, this is the modern day equivalent of survival horror. I've sort of said before, PS1 era was survival horror's golden age, but it's that age is gone, and as much as I want it to be brought back, and we're getting remakes and stuff, so we are kind of getting it back, I just don't think we'll ever be back there, and things have changed too much, things have moved on too much, and as much as I don't want to admit it, I think that this could be what survival horror is going to turn into, games like this. So that's good, and that's probably what's kept me coming back to this. Oh, my weapon needs repaired. So yeah, as much as I would love to see those kind of old Resident Evil games come back, I just don't think it's going to happen. I mean, this could all be academic. State of Decay 2 could come out and it is coming out very soon, and it could end up having these crafting elements and stuff, and it could end up just blowing this game out of the water, which would be kind of sad for this game, but who knows how good it'll be. Look, they were actually ready to burrow into my base as well. So yeah, this is not a great base by any means. It still needs a lot of work. This is just like my first attempt. I'm trying out like a few strategies, like under here that I was getting sick of them tunneling under my base, so I put these bricks down. And I only just learned how to do that, actually make the bricks. But I've also just learned how to do these pillars, and eventually I think my final base, when I make it, will have have these pillars integrated, but that's probably a while off yet anyway. So this was just a quick video. I wanted to show you guys, I mean, for me to make a review I would have to play this game for quite a number of hours, and it would take me a long time to do that and then to make the video a review. But I will probably make a review. I'll probably make a more detailed video about the elements I like about it and stuff. This was just kind of improv, but I probably eventually actually make a series of videos detailing my, the sort of the process in making my base, and kind of explain more about the resources and collecting and the crafting and how it all works. Hopefully this will be a co-op videos as well, because I've got a friend who has this called the Dark Defiance, and I'm hoping he'll actually help me out build my base as well. This game is, I haven't actually played it co-op yet, but I can imagine that it's much better played with friends, not only because it'll be more fun just to play with friends, but because they will help you, and you know, two heads are better than one. Two people collecting resources and doing stuff like that is better than one. Fighting the zombies is better than one, and so I'm really looking forward to hopefully playing co-op at the very least, and maybe making some videos and stuff. So that's my plans anyway, to make kind of let's play videos, and also like a more detailed overall review of the game. And I can definitely see this being a game that will be on my next top 10 zombie games whenever I make that as well. If there is something you'd like to see about the game, something specific, let me know, and I'll consider that whenever I'm actually making those videos. I also will intend to use Twitch. I streamed a little session of this, and probably it wouldn't be a bad idea for me to do some more Twitch streams of this while I'm building my base, just like an update, progress, and stuff like that. But anyway, I like this game. I keep coming back to it, and I think it's probably down to the crafting and the survival. So hopefully I will stick at it and make more videos, and yeah, hopefully I'll have those up soon. So thanks for checking this video out.